Archery supplies. Today we're going to look at the B3 Hawk. Now the Hawk comes in two models. One's with the swivel strap and one's with a flex strap. We're going to look at the swivel strap today, and then we'll look at the flex on another one. Now let's start off and let's point at the elephant in the room. This looks like a Scott Rhino, and there's a reason it looks like a Scott Rhino, because B3 company comes from or related to the original owners of Scott Archery, and this looks particularly like the Scott Rhino. Now looking at this looks like a high quality release aid. It looks to me, without having the Scott next to it, it looks a little bit smaller as far as the head section, so I'm interested in that. This little screw was tucked under here, so I'm not just a little screw, a little spring. I assume it comes in there somewhere. I don't know where it, I can't see where it fits. Now the loading system, you can see this little hook here, it's on a spring, so it just comes back. This is obviously silent, so it makes no noise at all to shoot. We'll just put that little spring in there. Now to adjust the length on this, nice and simple, one Allen key there, and you can see it's a shaft. So you just unscrew the Allen key and you increase or decrease the size of this. This is currently set on the shortest. It's a leather buckle strap, which looks quite nice. It looks very similar to the Scott straps. Now they call this a 360 rotation release. Now what you see here, this thing here is like rubber, so it kind of holds it in place, but it does allow it to move. There's an Allen key there, so you can kind of lock it. Now when you set up this, you want the trigger to be away from your face. So just check that, and if you're left-handed, then all you do is obviously rotate it around. So to start off with, we're going to have a shot and see kind of what it feels like. I'm guessing this here is what you use to change the tension, although it might be the Allen key on the back here. Anyway, let's have a shot. Now when I do reviews, you've always got to look at price, and to me this looked like the Scott Rhino, so I thought, well, where does it price in the marketplace? Now the Scott Rhino in Australia sells for $140 Australian, well that's what it sells for at my shop, and this B3 Hawk sells for $140 in my shop. Now I was thinking to myself, I thought, well, what does this sell for in America? It sells in America for about $100 US. So I thought, well, how does that relate to Australian dollars? The Australian dollar is currently 75 cents. It was 70 cents yesterday. So I was like, let's convert that. That converted to $142 Australian dollars. So, and I sell this for 140. Now today is the first day these came in my shop, so I thought, well, there was no competition in Australia before I brought these in today, so I was just wondering what my competitors were selling them for. $190, if $190 these were being sold for in Australia before today. So today, right now, $190 from your favorite archery shop, whoever that is, if it's not me. From my archery shop today, they're $140, which will be the same price as in America. Now I think as an archery shop, you need to be competitive worldwide. It's no use being, well, I can just charge a premium because I am your local mate down the road. I think you've got to be price competitive, and that's the way I've always been. And probably why some shops don't like me, I don't know. But I suspect they'll hate the thing they're going to be losing. Well, it's not losing $50 because I'm clearly making money on $140, but they're not making an extra $50 profit. So I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of phone calls tomorrow to these shops saying, why are you selling these for that price? They're selling it for that price because they're making more money. So let's just try loading this. Very easy to load, so it just hooks straight on. Let's try drawing it back. Now I haven't checked the length on this. This is the first time I've shot it, so I did remember the Rhino and I really liked that release. So could I be any slower getting this trigger off? I don't think I could. I'm literally out of breath. Now with this, when you activate the trigger, it feels like a hair trigger, but when you apply pressure to the string and you're pulling it back, it feels like it's like it's under pressure. So the whole time I'm like squeezing the trigger trying to get the shot off, because I'm kind of expecting it to go, and it wasn't going. So that was just basically me getting used to the first shot. So let's try the second shot. Look, it feels nice. I'm probably going to want it to be softer on the tension. The length feels pretty good. I like having my finger wrapped around the trigger. Quality wise, it feels good. I feel like it's smaller than the Scott. I feel it's the same design, especially how it goes in there. The strap I'm very comfortable with. I think it feels nice. I probably prefer the trigger to be down. I'd probably prefer a round trigger, but that's the same as the Scott, I'm pretty sure. But it feels comfortable, and at its price point at $140, it's not the budget wrist. It's up there in the more expensive wrist releases on the market. You can see I'm getting the shot off a lot quicker now, because I'm getting used to how much pressure is required to activate it. Where you shoot a thumb release and they're very hair trigger often, and they fire quite easily. So benefits of this versus dual caliper or single caliper. Now B3 produce both, so it's not like, well, which one's better? But what I've noticed with the B3 releases is the heads are very small. I haven't tried them all yet. And the smaller heads are generally a sign that it's better quality. It's probably going to be less wear on the D-loop. This to me looks nice. I know it's all made in Kentucky by Americans, because I was told. So, but it looks like it's well made, and look, so when it comes to choosing a release aid, you've really got to make that choice about how much you want to spend. Whether the hook system or dual caliper is what you're looking for. I probably prefer the... I was just looking at a dent in my cam I got somewhere. Haven't dropped my bow, but obviously got a dent somewhere. Look, some of them fold back, so I suppose that folds back like that, and it kind of just sits there then. I don't know if that's a design feature, so if I turn it, it doesn't move out of there, but then if I spin it like that, it spins out. So it's almost like there, and then you twist it and it locks it in place. Some of them, like the True Fire, they sort of lock into place. This is definitely easier to lock it like that. I'm going to say the straps are generally pretty good. You see, that's not moving at all. Or if I move it that way, if I move it that way, it's just the trigger got caught. It kind of slides out easily, so you can see the profile. So I'm pretty sure it's been designed that way. Quite clever. But it really looks like a finely machined bit of product. But I'm going to say there's a whole bunch of competition out there in the release aid market. Prices are very competitive. In America, I checked the price of the Rhino and it's $10 cheaper than the B3 Hawk. So you're probably going to ask why I'm not $3 cheaper, because I brought a whole bunch of these and I got the freight into Australia cheap. So I just mark up the standard percentage and then pass the savings on to the customers. But yeah, $10 cheaper for the Scott in America than the B3. But I'm going to say this is probably a little bit smaller, so check out both if you've got the ability to be in a shop. To me, the triggers feel pretty much the same. This is activated through a little spring. I'm hoping you can see it there on the edge, which goes in. So some of them have like rubber bands, which do break over time, but this feels pretty good. That's the B3 Hawk. Check out your local archery shop. Thanks for watching. Bye.